say?
All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You're listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Blame Your Brother, episode 144. We are back once again to entertain you, and we come to you every Thursday nights on blameyourbrother.tv, where we stream live on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook Live. So come hang out with us 8 p.m. Thursday night. Do it. It's fun. Good chat in there. You'll have a good time. And we'll introduce ourselves. There's three of us come to you every week. I am one third of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, the spiritual midget. And I'm joined by this man who sits to the left of me. It's the communist kid himself. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? It is the brother Saul of podcasting, the one and only LeBron Safety Pin.
And then I have this man who sits to the right of me, the man who's a internet sensation. It's John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. the third best. Mr. PTI, the madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
All right, so that's three of us, David, Lee, John. We make up Blame Your Brother. And we're going, like I said, we're going to talk about topics, ourselves, all kinds of fun things. So hang in there. But before we do that, we have to make room at the top of the show for apologies, retractions, omissions, anything we messed up on last week's episode that we need to put in place. So, Lee, is there anything you need to apologize for last week's episode?
No.
Good job. Okay. And John, we're drinking Coca-Cola. We're not endorsed, apparently. Anything you need to apologize for?
I think I'm good.
I
Okay.
think you should probably apologize for not apologizing. Just going to throw that out there.
Your apology, yeah. Whatever. Okay. So you good? All right. All
How
right.
about you,
I'm good,
David?
brother. I'm good, brother.
I think you should probably apologize for all. Are you saving that for episode 150?
I battle you every week. So actually, I get a pat on the back from the internet every week. I hear about it. Trust
good.
me.
Yeah, good. I'm
All
glad I
social-
can do that for you.
All social media, all hail King David is what I hear.
I think we need a new segment to this show.
Go
and
ahead.
It's what we talk about before the show.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Just like the hours of BS condensed down to 2 minutes.
So we talked about,
I'll
say what we talked about.
Twice as long as the
All right.
Game of Thrones
We talked
segment.
about Batman, The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises. We talked about Bohemian Rhapsody. We talked about True Detective. We talked about the band Queen.
Don't forget about Tom York
of Radiohead. And then we propose this question. We'll shoot it to Lee and see what he has to say. You can see one of these bands
in their prime.
Would you pick Queen or Led Zeppelin?
Okay, just for the record,
Yeah.
I want to point out some of the other options that were thrown out there.
Okay.
John, I think, takes the cake with who was it? Social Distortion or something?
No, Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth.
It wasn't to go with that one. It was
Sure,
to go
John.
with
Sure.
Soundgarden.
Okay, who do you pick, Queen or Led Zeppelin?
I would definitely 100% go Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I mean, it is tough because they're both good bands, but I just feel like Led Zeppelin is. There's two legendary bands, Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
No,
They have an epic status, and there's other bands that are great, like the Beatles,
like
Queens,
the Beatles,
the Beach Boys, right?
Oh man!
But as far as rock and roll goes, they are on a different tier of just mind melting rock and roll. You don't have to agree with me.
I don't.
But that
no
doesn't
one-
mean it's not true.
No, it's not true. No one agrees with it. If you just said Led Zeppelin and the Beatles, okay, I will give you that. You're saying Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, brother? I
No,
mean,
those
come
are the two.
on.
It's just there's a haze around them, an aura, if you will, that just makes them better than anyone else.
John.
That's pot smoke. That's what that haze is.
I'm glad you picked up on that.
John, who are your two legend bands? If one has to be Led Zeppelin, who would your other one be?
I like for a show.
Yeah.
I think Queen and Led Zeppelin. Queen. Not only. You could look at their catalog of music, but as far as putting on a show, I think that's something I'd like to be part of. I'd like to be there for that.
I think a lot of people would say Kiss would be included in that. Just hear me out. I'm not saying I necessarily agree, but Kiss was all about the show, right? Like obviously, if they're leaning on their music, there's a lot to be desired there.
Right.
So, but you have to give it to them. Like they put on 7-inch heels, they full body makeup, full armor. They kind of started that whole genre.
Okay, but any 4 people could probably dress up as Kiss, and you would never know. Which, I mean, that's pretty much what they are playing as today. Whereas Queen, they've tried to replace Freddie Mercury. They failed to do it. I mean, who they got? Paul Rogers and then Adam Lambert, we were talking about. And both of those guys, great vocalists, great rock stars, but there's one Freddie Mercury. It'd be like seeing, like Nirvana would be another example. Like there's one Kurt Cobain. That's why he shone brighter than everyone else during that era.
So who did you pick of the two?
Oh, Led Zeppelin.
Okay, would you see Nirvana or Led Zeppelin live?
Nirvana.
Like right as they're breaking out.
Nirvana. Oh, breaking out? Like Nevermind album? Oh, yeah, Nirvana. If you're talking
regardless, always Nirvana.
Well, hold on.
Was there a washed up like
Nirvana
Kurt Cobain era or something?
No, I mean, you're talking Nirvana when they first started, like the Bleach album? Nah, I'd probably pick Led Zeppelin. But you're talking about...
Well, also Led Zeppelin when they first started.
Well, yeah, Led Zeppelin's first album is way better than Bleach by Nirvana. I mean, that's just a fact. But if you go to the second album, Led Zeppelin 2 versus Nevermind, it's not even a contest. Nevermind is a way better album by all scopes and Led Zeppelin 2 is a phenomenal album as well. So I'm not discrediting it, but Kurt Cobain is one of my favorite people. Now, if you're saying, now the question for me would be Kurt Cobain or John Lennon, I don't know.
So you two guys obviously, like I said, before the show, sat down. I don't know what was going through your minds or your bodies, but you decided on Queen and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Why not Nirvana? Why not the Beatles?
Well, no.
Like, what are the criteria
Because
here?
we were talking about, it's crazy in the 70s, in that time period, how many colossal bands there were. I'll give you Pink Floyd. You had Led Zeppelin. You had Queen. You had the Rolling Stones. You had Pink Floyd. I mean...
The Grateful Dead.
No. But think of those 4 bands existing in the same space at the same time. It just doesn't happen. Even The Who, another band that was around during that time. I mean, it's insane. That's why
you can't put Who in there. You can't just sneak in the Who.
No, the Who are great. What are you talking about?
Who's next? Like Manfred Mann?
No, Who is a legendary band. I mean, they are a top 10 legendary band for sure. I mean, the Who. I mean, Baba O'Reilly. Holy crap! Come on, that's an amazing song.
Crap.
So anyway, that's
John. Are you putting Who on the Rushmore if you get 5 choices?
I didn't say 5.
I'm giving you 5.
Go ahead, John.
Because obviously we've decided on Queen and Led Zeppelin.
I
so
mean,
really,
for
you
that
only get
era
3 more.
alone, yeah, I'd put it in there.
Okay, so who are you leaving off? You're not putting the Beatles in there?
During the 70s?
Yeah.
No, they weren't around. They broke
so,
up.
Who?
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
And the Rolling Stones.
And the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rolling Stones were making some of their best albums in the 70s. So.
All right. Well,
anyway.
Sorry, Jimi Hendrix.
There you go. So that was the pre-talk part of the show. So we're going to get into
that took longer than 2 minutes.
Oh, we could go 20 on it, But anyway. All right, let's move forward. John, anything happened to you this week you need to talk about?
I
said it like there is something. Like, John, is there anything you need to talk about?
Yeah, there's that. I'm drawing a blank and just not.
Did you want to shout out for not talking about somebody that passed away last week or something?
We really didn't talk about our week last week. We did lose a member of the family. We had a pet parakeet, Ella. She passed away.
I was waiting for you to pause. I was going to go, the nephew finally crossed the line.
Said the name.
He went too far.
He peed on the carpet again. So anyway, yes, pet bird, which
Ella,
how old? How old are birds?
She was a lot older than most birds. I think she made it almost 11 years for a parakeet. That's pretty long.
There you
go. Ella will be waiting for you on the Rainbow Bridge, brother.
Rip it.
Rip Ella.
There we go.
There you go.
So okay, so I know you wanted to talk about that last week.
Did y'all do any kind of like burial interment with service? Or?
That's a good question.
We had a little burial in the backyard.
Okay.
How'd that go? Did you say some words?
The actual burial went okay, but there were some things that happened afterwards that did not go so well.
What do you mean?
You gonna fill us in? You're just gonna leave us hanging?
What does it even mean?
We there was another animal
that
got to the grave and.
Oh really?
Wow.
Dug her up.
What kind of a cat? A house?
I'm not sure. I don't think it was a cat.
That's weird.
But,
Would you just like look out the window and see like an animal digging and then
No,
walking away with it in his mouth?
we
the next day, right?
we went to actually Memorial Day. We went to I went to Daniel's house. He's sometimes in the chat. He's a family member and friend. But when we came home, Robin saw a few feathers and stuff, and where we buried her.
Oh, jeez. So she says in chat, your wife, skunk or fox? I was wondering, like, what kind of animal?
Conjuncture. That's pure conjuncture.
I'm just wondering. I mean, that's kind of weird. I've never heard of that happening. I mean, I haven't heard of many animal burials, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's probably better that way anyway, you know.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
Circle of life. The bird got eaten.
Did you cry one single tear when you saw that interned grave?
I didn't. Robin did. She was pretty
Really?
upset.
Did you cry during the burial?
No.
What did you say?
Robin did the same.
Oh, okay. I want to
the
hear.
man acted like he said words.
I
for
want
a
to hear
second.
John's words. Today we gather here.
Together.
Celebrate Ella. I mean, so you didn't. Okay. Well, I mean, that's unfortunate. Always losing a pet's always sucks.
So your wife has known the bird longer than she's known you.
Yes.
Wow.
John knocked him off then.
So
I
I wasn't going to go there,
well,
but
you
it's
know,
a strong
you're like,
possibility.
well, I'm getting my shine. It's time. It's the John era. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
anyway.
what were your feelings toward the bird?
We had a mixed relationship.
Oh,
She wasn't a big fan of me
Uh-oh.
for some reason. But
Who knows why?
there was I think the way I took care of the bird was almost a testimony of how much I cared about Robin. So
There you go.
Oh, well,
All right.
should have let that one slide, but okay. Well, sorry about your loss.
Rip Ella. All right. What about you?
I took John's advice. I went down to the old Rennie Wren Fair,
Really?
the big old money grab in the sky.
Okay.
did you dress up?
I wanted to. I tried. I do have a new hat. I'm starting on my Gandalf cosplay outfit. For you that can't see at home,
Why don't you put it on? Why don't
it's
you
a
go,
large
Why don't
gray.
you get it and put it on?
It's just a Gandalf hat. It's just a Gandalf hat.
I'm gonna put it on if you don't.
All right, whatever. Hand it here. I'll put it on.
Keep talking.
But yeah, it was like 10,000 degrees outside, so that made things pleasant. And yeah, so that's my thing. I'm gonna get like a cloak. I'm gonna get a wizard staff, and I'm going to maybe some jewelry. I don't know. You got any suggestions on what Gandalf would wear
A dragon claw holding a small orb,
as a staff, or just like a?
like a medallion or anything like that.
Okay, David.
I had to pass on this nerddom, bro.
I was thinking maybe like a sling or a belt with a book attached or something. Like it'd be like
You talking
a
about you
Hobbit
gonna wear
book.
robes and stuff?
Yeah.
Like in your everyday life?
No, just
For the next run fair
Yeah.
next
I'm
year.
talking about everyday life.
I mean,
Wouldn't that be comfortable to wear a robe if it was like if that was acceptable to work every day? Do you like wearing dress clothes, John? Like khakis?
Not really.
Lee, do you like wearing like khakis? Well, you do. But anyway, I hate it. You know, if I could go in like sweats, like or track suits or whatever every day to work, I'd totally live that life.
well, you're wearing sweats right now.
I know.
So
I'd live. So if we could wear robes every day, it'd be pretty nice.
what about have you tried shorts? I would recommend you just start with shorts.
No shorts.
That would be way more socially acceptable.
Shorts are for chumps.
But don't you feel like you would just be looked at like a Lebowski figure?
Yeah. No, I said if it was socially acceptable, like a lot of people did it. Not the thing about why the Big Lebowski works is because nobody else wears that. You know, no one walks around wearing a bathrobe all the time. I mean, that'd be pretty awesome too. I
But
guess.
that's just what a robe is.
Right.
So-
Okay. So how was the Ren Fair, the Renaissance Festival?
I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Did you buy anything
I
besides
bought
a hat?
I tried to get kitted out, but my wife wasn't having it. So we just had some food and left.
Yeah, I
Actually, we
tried to
didn't
get
even
my
eat.
wife to buy one of those corsets.
Oh,
but
no, me too.
yeah,
No go.
No go.
No fly zone.
Wait, why? Why was there no go, you think?
They're apparently uncomfortable.
I'm sure they are very uncomfortable. They're hot as well, I guess. I don't know.
Misogyny alert. Misogyny alert.
Sorry, I was late to the
Misogyny alert.
buzzer on that one. But anyway, so they're like, you guys want it because it makes them look better, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted the family to cosplay a little.
But
at the
why
Ren
did you want
Fair.
the corset specifically?
Because it's just very Ren Fairy, you know.
Okay.
When you think of medieval, you think of
Go ahead.
busty women. holding
Busty women.
flagons of
Oh,
beer.
really?
Misogyny
Busty
alert.
women, huh? Mister, I don't...
Well, listen, hear me
Hold
out.
on. Now,
Misogyny
isn't this the
alert.
guy doesn't look at things like that?
No, there's just like, it's a bit of fantasy. So there's like a couple of different stereotypes, and one is like the woman assassin figure, right? One is
wearing
like
a corset? Yeah, I
No,
don't know how
they're
that would
not.
work.
They're wearing like a cloak, and they got a sword, and they're, they got the hood over their eyes, and they're a stone cold killer. And then you've got like the fairies, and then you've got like the, the serving winch.
Okay. All right. So what'd you see? I mean, you're talking like you went inside the gate, you got like a turkey leg, and you turned around and left.
We didn't even get a turkey leg, but we pretty much did. We saw a joust,
Okay.
saw some birds, a lot of stuff for sale.
And you didn't buy any of it. You didn't
bought-
support the
I
local
did.
artists. You
I
bought
tried.
the hat.
I tried.
You
I'm
bought
telling
the-
you, I tried.
You bought the hat.
I tried.
How much? Okay. How much would you say that hat cost? That he just wore. It's a
Ooh.
Gandalf style hat. So if you're watching live chat, you just saw
Real
it.
nice material.
I'd
Or-
probably
You
say
wanna finger it?
about $60.
I would say, I'd say 40.
$35.
All right.
Good call, man.
I wouldn't have bought it if it was $60.
That's-
it's a bit much.
I could
Well, I
see it.
mean, usually at the Ren fairs, the prices are. You could probably get it cheaper on the internet.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, that's always the case. But that's honestly, if the prices were cheaper, I would probably own an entire wardrobe of medieval attire. But yeah, it's just, I mean, that's what they're there for, I guess. But I
Yeah.
saw like a really cool Rangers outfit, like the complete package.
Really,
like
how much? 100 plus?
$480.
Oh,
Yeah, they're-
wow.
But this is like leather armor,
Yeah.
the underblouse, the pants. I think
Goodness.
even like the bow and arrow that came with it or
Mm.
something. If you just want to walk around fresh.
Get some ears with it.
I'm sure if you spend that much money, they're probably throwing in some elf ears for free.
So recommend it next year for people or not? Renaissance Festival in Nashville.
I will be there.
Okay. So
I will be there.
do you endorse it for the people?
I 100% endorse it.
Okay.
I think we need more Renaissance fairs.
All right.
Because if I'm going to buy this outfit, I need to get more than once a year out of it. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
It's Halloween, baby.
Halloween, okay.
There you go. You can be Gandalf for Halloween. So
Well, what about people that wear the same outfit every year for Halloween? Isn't that kind of frowned upon? Isn't that lame?
who's paying attention? I mean, if you're really like,
I mean, if you got a circle of friends that there's almost always a Halloween party.
bro, I don't know. I remember what anyone wore.
That's because they don't wear the same thing every year.
I don't remember what they wore ever. I mean, I don't know. You know my thoughts on Halloween, but anyway. Okay, so Renaissance Festival, good to go. John, you endorse it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get press next year. Go out there and do something. I mean, why not?
What if we got that press, but you had to dress up as something? What would you dress up as?
I mean, either a wizard or like a fighter, for sure. I mean, a wizard would be fun. Like I said, robes and everything. That'd be cool. But you know, what about you? A
I don't
dwarf?
know. I'd probably go like maybe the steampunk route.
Okay.
Check that out. See
Yeah.
what
All right.
it'd be kind of
Sounds
cool.
good. Lee,
That
what do
does sound cool. Wizard wasn't my first choice, but now that I have the hat, I feel like I'm locked in. But now that I have the hat, I feel like that's kind of fitting. Like in my younger years, I'd want to go the ranger, maybe like a sword. I think axes are kind of lame. I feel like hammers are kind of lame. but
hammers are the best.
Swords, like a big great sword,
Eh,
I think you could walk around with that.
You think war hammers are lame?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
I just,
I disagree with that. But anyway, all right, well, good.
I'm just a man of the blade.
Man of the
Okay.
blade. Yep, carry the blade. All right. For me, here's what I did. I watched a bunch of movies this week, and that's why we were talking about Bohemian Rhapsody, which should be called Brohemian Rhapsody, dude. It's a Blink 182 album. It really is, or a song by Blink 182. But I did see a movie that I don't think I've told you about. And this movie, I was really like blown away at how good it was, where I've like thought about it because I watched it, and then Casey fell asleep while we were watching it, so I watched it again the next day. Star is Born. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
I watched it. I enjoyed it. What'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. I think the first half of that movie
Oh yeah.
is so, I mean, I can't even describe it. It is some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I mean, the way they shot the music, the crowd, his performance. Wow.
Are you talking about Bohemian
No.
Rhapsody?
We're talking A Star is Born. Bradley
Oh.
Cooper and Lady Gaga. I mean,
I
the
was confused.
shots, that's his first time directing as far as I know. Bradley Cooper directed it. I mean, the shots he was getting of the performances, I don't even know how he was doing it. I've never seen it look like. He said he his inspiration from a Metallica video where they were like going backstage, and I can kind of see that in my mind. But these shots were like wide and big, but then you felt like you were on the stage, and I thought it was good to the end. Actually, I loved it. I would highly recommend it. I stayed away from it because it seemed like it was a tearjerker film. It was like, like,
Well, I mean, there's elements.
oh no, I didn't cry during it, but I could see how people would. I mean, there are some intense moments, but I just stayed away from it, and that was a mistake. Go watch it. I mean, the music, ooh, so good, and
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper's like playing all that and singing it as well.
Yes.
So I don't know, man. I see people like Bradley Cooper, and I want to hate them because I'm like, all right, so you can just do everything. So you never really sang. Now you learn how to sing. You didn't know how to play guitar. You just learned how to do it. Come on, man. Leave some room for the rest of us.
What's real crazy is like he had a successful career as a news anchor beforehand.
Who?
Bradley Cooper.
I did not know that.
No, he's lying. Lee's lying. That's not true.
Is that not?
I don't know who
The
you're
same
talking
guy?
about. Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
The guy who voices Rocket Raccoon? You think was in the news?
Is it not?
There was there was a movie where he played a camera guy.
Didn't he do
On the
that
news,
to catch
but-
a predator or whatever?
No.
That wasn't him?
Nope.
No.
Chris Hansen? You're really getting Chris Hansen and Bradley Cooper confused?
I obviously don't know who Bradley Cooper is.
Oh, man. Okay. Anyway,
Wasn't there a Bradley Cooper that was a U.S. state senator? Maybe that's closer.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know one Bradley Cooper. He's the guy that acts.
And you hate him.
No, I love him.
I thought you hated him.
No, I said I should hate him because he's a great actor. He's great in everything he's in. I mean, been in a ton of great movies, and I don't know. He just killed it in his role. So I'm glad you liked it. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Well, definitely check that out. Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, if you don't know anything about the band, check it out. If you know everything about the band, don't watch it. But the performance is really good.
I feel like if you know everything about the band, you probably already seen it,
true.
but you would probably enjoy it more than someone that knew nothing about the band.
No. The fans are not happy with the film because of the inaccuracies that we were talking about. But regardless, I mean, good performance, great performance, So those are two of the films I saw that, definitely go check them out. Stars Born. I don't know how that didn't win Best Picture. What's that? The Green Book or whatever? A movie about it's a
Viggo
black,
Mortensen.
a black piano player, and Ali, who's in True Detective season 3. I don't know. I need to watch it, but I don't need to speak about films I haven't seen. But so, anyways, that's my recommendation of the week. That's what I did. I've been watching a lot of movies, which I love to do. So, good. All right.
Well, I've got something I want to talk
Here
about.
we go.
I had
Let's
a
do it.
great idea.
Go.
How to promote the show. Fail-proof. This cannot fail. We book a plane right now. Mount Everest, baby. Mount Everest.
Hasn't everyone been? Guy I work with, Clay, said there's so many people going up there that you have to wait in line at certain points to get to the top.
And if it's more than wait in line. It's
Are we
literally,
dying?
It's literally described as a traffic jam.
Yeah.
John might, but I think we have a good chance. But here's the thing.
Wow.
My buddy's 80-year-old father went up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But if
So-
John dies, it will make the show even bigger.
Well,
So if we steal his oxygen or something,
I think
take one for the team.
No, you
You
can.
probably won't even have to do that.
You can.
Fake your
Yeah,
dad.
no. Lee can backpedal and act like he was talking about student. No, he said we would be all right. You would be in trouble, meaning he purposely went after you. Which, I mean, you didn't really say anything, so, I mean,
11
that's fine. But
11 people have died this season.
out of how many
on
people?
Everest.
Like thousands.
Well, it's supposedly a big rush. But I got this idea because I saw on the news Mandy Moore is blogging
Yeah.
from Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who is Mandy Moore?
Who is Mandy
First
Moore?
off,
That's
and I was-
funny.
I was like, if we were on Mount Everest on the spot with all these people kicking over, bam, we're worldwide, international.
That'd be great if Mandy Moore wasn't already worldwide.
I know, yeah. You know Mandy Moore's very famous, right? She's in This Is
Yeah.
Us, the
Yeah.
biggest drama on TV.
Yes, I know that now.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure you knew who she was. I mean, so if we blogged up there, no one would care. It would be our
Unless
it'd
we,
be our 8 people on Twitter, and they'd be like, yeah, cool. Man.
if we live
8
blogged,
people in our Sherpa.
Yeah, here we
we
go.
live blogged someone dying on Mount Everest.
John, you're killing John off the show.
I mean, he can fake his death.
well, then they'll know, though, when they listen to the podcast.
I mean, we'll give him 2 or 3 weeks, little mini vacation.
I feel it'd be crime. I feel there's some crime we're committing there by faking his death.
Well, what about that guy that?
I mean, we could always say it was a scripted show.
Good, I guess.
What about the guy that had the weather balloon and said that his kid was up in it? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that is it on that level?
They serve jail time. So
They did, yeah. That is a major no-no.
I think if you involve authorities to
Yeah.
where their job is taken away from people that actually need help, then yeah, it becomes a crime.
That's true.
There ain't no authorities on Everest.
Is that true?
I mean, I can't see that for certain. Can you?
I mean, I mean,
At least
there's
you, AKA the backpedaler.
let me put it like this: there's no paramedic service to rush you down the mountain because people are dying up there, right? People are dying of
That's true. I mean,
exhaustion,
I
asphyxiation.
So murder's legal at the top of Everest. That's your movie you're writing now?
Only if they die from freezing.
we need to conduct Fortnite somewhere where we'll never get caught at the top of Mount Everest. They just drop people off. It's a battle royal. 99 people die. No authorities are good to go. Keep on moving, man.
100
Keep
in
it
or
moving.
one. But here's the crazy thing: like a lot of people are going up there, and like they come down, and they're like, I didn't realize it was going to be so much rock climbing. I didn't realize it was going to be so difficult.
That's weird.
Like, how could you book a trip to the summit of Mount Everest, like one of the probably, ocean aside, one of the hardest, most difficult places to get to in the world, and not think that it was going to be difficult? Like, what level of naivness goes into that?
People are just dumb. Right?
People that have a lot of money think everything is easy because their life has been easy for a majority of it.
Oh, John taking shots at the rich. I like
I
it.
am.
Oh.
Tell us more, brother.
I'm just saying, like, if you're used to being handed things on a silver platter, then you don't take into account that there's some things that are beyond your control.
Like oxygen,
Yeah, the temperature outside,
temperature outside.
and so I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're just dumb. Everybody looks now at Instagram, and they're just like, oh, well, if they're posting it, it must not be hard to do. And so there's like, you're right. And then they get up there, and like, a lot of them probably just bounce. Like, I'm not doing this, But I don't know. People are just dumb. That's the only thing you say it. People are dumb. Bad people are rich. You heard it from John on this episode, 144.
Not all bad people. There's some poor people that are bad.
But true. No. Yeah. Okay.
So we were talking about squirrel suit flying.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you do first? Summit Mount Everest or jump out of a plane or jump off a cliff in a squirrel suit?
Mount Everest, all day. I'd have to train, but there ain't no way I would jump out in a squirrel suit. No way.
No way.
No way. Well, once again, if your family's life was on the line, or babies were gonna die, or if they gave you $5 million, well, yeah, I would probably do it for any of those things. But realistic,
I mean, people are paying to do that.
Right.
Not these people.
Yeah, not us, bro.
What if they told you they could turn you into the next Bradley Cooper?
How?
They're just like, you're going to look cool when you jump off, look back at the camera.
As
the explosion goes off, just spread your wings and fly.
I would look at them and go, if you think that's what Bradley Cooper is, you're a fool anyway, and I'm out of here. Like, you understand Bradley Cooper is good because he's a great actor. You can't make me into a great actor.
I can't
at this
remember
age.
a scene that I saw Bradley Cooper where he's making a face where he's trying not to crap his pants, because that's the look you're going to get from me.
Right.
You think you would crap your pants?
I was telling a joke, but you know what? It's highly possible.
I would say
I'm not going to say it's not going to happen.
Do you find yourself in that situation where you're like having to figure out if that's a possibility or not?
I don't think so.
I just can't think of any situation where I was like, oh, oops.
I don't know.
Did it again.
Which one would you rather do?
Mount Everest is really cold. Like
That'd be
really
my big
cold.
problem is I really, really, really hate the cold.
Me
And
too.
it's way more dangerous than squirrel suit jumping one time, you have to imagine.
But aren't there? You just said thousands of people are doing it. Are thousands of people every day jumping out of? Well, not every day. That's
Probably.
maybe it is about the same number. I don't know.
I don't know.
Good question.
Also, I feel like you could do a safe squirrel suit jump. You could pick a place that was a little bit safer.
Good.
You know,
I
it's
get
not
it.
like it's like let's go climb to the
I
top
don't know.
of Battle Hill in Nashville
What are the
the
problems?
oxygen tanks.
What are the problems with climbing Mount Everest? Why do people die?
because
I think asphyxiation and freezing are the top
Really?
two.
well
Okay.
the thing is it's literally rock climbing, right? Like
Mhm.
you're on a snow covered precipice that's like difficult to climb.
Right.
So it's very exerting, especially if you haven't trained at all. And also don't know any rock climbing techniques. And that world is foreign to you. So already you're taxing your body extremely difficult. It's like probably some of the hardest effort you've probably ever done in your life
Yeah.
for those that have never rock climbed before. And it's extremely grueling sport. And then you have limited oxygen. And most people have to be on oxygen when up there.
Right.
So they consume all their oxygen and they don't have any. And they die.
Okay. There you go. Well, that sounds terrible ways to die. So I don't know. Maybe I would jump out of the plane. I don't know.
Okay.
Press it. That's a tough one. I do want to bring up.
What if Mandy Moore was going to jump out of a plane in a squirrel suit with you?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Once again, you got to understand the bar is low for me. You start throwing around celebrities, I'm probably going to do whatever they do. You're just like, all right, this celebrity wants you to do. All right, I'm in.
Who's the?
I'm in. I mean, like I'm in. Mandy Moore, heck yeah, if she wants to jump. If she personally, me, David, yeah, I'd do it 100%. Would you, John?
She'd have to agree to be on the show.
Oh, look at this man. He's choosy.
I know.
Choosy.
You could just film the entire experience, put it on YouTube. That's way better than the show is ever going to be. I
Yes,
mean,
100%.
The views on that would
Just wear a Blame Your Brother T-shirt. You're good.
I mean, the views on
That's
that
a good point. I might, you
video,
might do that.
They would pay us big time. I mean, they'd get millions of views, I bet. So.
What do you think you would talk about with Mandy Moore? Like her Everest trip or whatever?
I know.
No, I would not talk about that.
I'd probably start talking about her career and
That's what
music and
yeah.
how I watched This Is Us. And I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell her like,
She would probably think that's lame, by the way.
well, that's fine.
Maybe.
Or maybe let her lead the conversation. She seems like a pretty nice. I mean, I'd want to ask about Ryan Adams, but that's apparently no go on that. But I'd probably talk about music for a while and just art and things like that. Who knows? You may not talk at all. I'd probably be sweating bullets. So probably when you're nervous, sometimes you don't hardly say anything.
So what if it was like an all-day activity and like halfway through, not even like an hour into it, you're supposed to hang out with them all day. It's like you won, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like an hour in, you just realize, man, this person is horrible. Would you stick it out?
Yeah, you got to stick it out. If it's Mandy Moore, yeah.
Really?
I
You
don't
have to?
I don't like her character on the show, so that would be a negative strike already. I think her character on This Is Us is just trash. Do you watch that show?
No, but I mean, from what I've heard, a lot of her characters are very like you're either really really like the character, or you really really hate the character.
Right. Yeah.
And so I mean, like the movie. Have you ever seen the movie Saved? She's very really easy to dislike that character. But I mean, if you look at her other movies, I mean, she's been in Disney. She's
A Walk to Remember.
A Walk to
your wife
Remember.
says, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure she's absolutely beautiful. Though. I mean, she looks like she is.
She looks radiant.
Yeah.
So one more question. So no squirrel suit jumping, but they do let you pick one activity that you can do with Mandy Moore. Obviously, John is going to podcast, like he said.
John would probably karaoke.
I probably would karaoke.
With her, that would be
It's
pretty
going
awesome.
That'd be
back.
kind of cool.
Talk about, he's calling me a backpedaler. Look at
I
him.
saved him.
You didn't give me that option.
If we could do any.
You literally said, of your own free volition, she'd have to agree to a podcast.
I would
do
okay.
it for the show. This is just for
Moving
all
on.
of us.
Karaoke.
What
We
would
got it.
I would want to take her to the Comic Con in California.
First off, thank you, David, for coming up with John's answer.
Yeah,
I just
so
want to thank
I'll
you for
come
that.
up with one for you too if you
Okay.
want. But
Comic Con.
in California,
Okay.
hang out all
San
day.
Diego.
That's
Or
pretty
San-
good.
yeah, San
That's a
Diego.
really good answer.
I think that would be
Okay,
fun.
what's mine then?
Oh, do you want me to come up
Yeah,
with
I want you to come up with mine.
What can I say on the show versus what I think you
What
might
does
do?
that mean?
A murder mystery party.
That'd be
Okay,
fun,
let me
actually.
really think about it. So you can pick one activity to do with her. I mean, you'd probably do something like, I guess, rock climbing or something. I don't know, or something music.
love rock climbing
I don't
so
know. What
much.
do you got? What would you do?
I thought you were going to tell me.
I don't know. John's was much easier. My lackey's easier to understand. He'll agree to whatever I say anyway. It doesn't matter. Yeah, something outdoorsy. I mean, like rock climbing, or you like to go rock climbing or hike a trail or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I know you like music too. You're gonna take her to like a Becky Warren
indie
show or
show.
something.
I mean, I do like music. I think I would pick laser tag.
Okay,
Laser tag.
not a lot of talking there. So
That's fine with me. But I would kill her at laser tag, and I would always have that. I beat Mandy Moore at laser tag.
I
I would
mean,
get a
that's-
T-shirt,
brother,
and I would make her wear one that said "I lost to Lee"
All
at
right.
laser tag.
I think so. Karaoke would be fun. But is it controlled karaoke or is it like group karaoke? Because
What is control?
well, like a bar karaoke where there's a lot of noise and it's harder to have a conversation. Whereas like a room you rent out, it's just your group of people in there, so you can talk and kind of hang out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the crowd would be a lot. I always enjoy crowd
the
karaoke.
crowd's more fun.
Like
but
my friends can hear
can't-
me sing anytime they want. You know,
Yeah.
like it's not like a big deal. But so, which one would you pick of those two?
There's kind of like a middle ground because there's some of these bars where you walk in and you're lucky if you get up once.
Yeah,
And you're there for hours.
man. I think that.
yeah,
you could- I think that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but I mean, they'd let her up as much as you want, but just because you're with her doesn't mean that you'd be able to get up there much.
probably.
I think
would.
her bodyguards would convince the DJ.
But there are some bars where it's
bodyguards?
like it's
I mean,
it's
if
the
she's
middle of
going
the
out with
road
John.
where there's only a few people that actually sing, but the bar's still pretty hopping, and I would go kind of that
All right,
route.
there you go. All right, so there you go, Mandy
Would
Moore.
you rather go karaoke with Mandy Moore or DJ a karaoke club that Mandy Moore was at?
Go with her.
Yeah, go with her. What are you talking about? I thought you were gonna say, would he want to perform with her a few songs?
Oh,
acoustic?
definitely.
Well, you could pick that.
Well, I mean, I'd still like the karaoke
Oh.
aspect too.
All right, there we go. Mandy Moore Scenarios.
She would walk if I went to karaoke with her. She'd walk out immediately.
No, she can't walk out. This whole agreement.
Just take me to the karaoke bar with
She'd
me.
look at me and walk out. We'd never go if that was the
Right.
case.
That's true. Yeah,
No, I'll tell
she'd
you.
hang out with me. But anyway,
Take me
go
to the
ahead.
karaoke bar with you.
Yeah.
Let me do a number. It'll clear out, and then you'll have the perfect atmosphere of
All right.
group and controlled.
All right,
There you go.
There we go.
Only
All
the
right.
true karaoke fans will stay.
Next week, Matthew McConaughey scenarios, but
Well.
different list for sure. But yeah, anytime I've gone to a comic convention with someone for the first time, or someone don't go out, they're always like blown away. They're like, "Oh my god, you see that? You see that? See it?" So it's a lot of fun, you know. When I would be more like kind of in my environment. You always want to be in your environment, like that's yours, you know, whatever.
Okay, one more. I said only one more, but one more.
Okay.
You get 5 people you get to go karaoke with Mandy Moore with. Anyone in the world.
Oh, anyone in the world?
That you know.
Oh, personal friends.
I mean, I guess you could write in. You could call what's his face,
The
Ryan
scenarios-
Adams, and be like, Ryan, Mandy Moore, and me are going karaoke. If you want to come, you know, it'd be
No,
cool.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I don't think he would respond.
Are you talking about personal friends or
Just whoever
famous
you
people?
could get to go. You could
Number-
sell the tickets for that matter.
number
I don't
one.
know.
Wait, who we could get to go, or who would just?
I would
be,
assume you would want to invite your friends
No,
and family.
Nope. Number one, Tom Brady. would
No,
be
Tom Brady ain't gonna go to Mandy
Well, then
Moore
I don't want
karaoke.
the scenario's dumb.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe he would. I
Well,
don't
John
know.
obviously would go. I mean, come on, man.
Okay, so you're taking John.
Lee,
Okay, you're taking me.
my wife.
Okay, you got one more.
My wife. Let's see, one more.
My son.
No, I'm not taking my son. Karaoke person that would probably like Mandy more than I know. Yikes.
brother-in-law.
I don't know if Corey would be down with that scenario.
I'm sure he would.
I don't
like to
know. I
go.
really have to think about the fifth one.
All right, well, think about that fifth
Okay.
one. John, any fifth one you would take?
I mean, I'd take you guys, Robin, and there's a girl I work with named Fallon.
Mm-hmm.
That she'd get a kick out of it, and I'd take her.
All right.
Interesting choice.
Lee?
See how that works out. Not taking you guys
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Obviously,
I knew that was coming. That's a lie. He'd take me at least. I don't know. You probably wouldn't take John.
I would.
Only if you could take my oxygen away.
This is the episode where John dies.
I would take
John.
John before I took you for sure.
that's a
yeah,
lie.
John is the Mr. Karaoke man.
Brother, you've taken me to like a lot of the shows you go to. What are you talking about?
John just can't go, or I would take him instead.
Well, now you know it, John. It was all revealed in this
Yeah.
episode. Okay. So who are your 5? You haven't named any yet, so we're not in it. So you got 5.
I'd see.
We know
eBay,
your wife 'cause you-
eBay, Groupon.
Oh, okay.
What is it? Big StubHub or something?
Let's-
Which the one you hate?
Let's move on. Let's get to the topics of the week. Okay, this is topics of the week. It's the new. We're just gonna start saying that where people know we're.
It's the
we're
topic
diving
of the
in.
week.
Topic of the week.
It's the topic of the week.
Speaking of weirdos and hanging on to people like Mandy Moorish, Moby. I mean, I don't know if kids know who Moby is, but he's a DJ, electronica artist, and he has written a new book.
You could probably call him a songwriter.
I love Moby, truth. Now, I will preface this. I love his music. But this story's weird, okay? So I want to get you guys' take on it. That's why I brought this to the table. He writes a book, and in the book he says he dated Natalie Portman when she was 20 years old. They met backstage somewhere, blah, 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 and then they started dating. That's what he wrote in the book. Well, now, Mandy Moore. Natalie Portman comes out and says that they never dated and that they only interacted like a few times. So then he comes back and goes, well, I've got photos of us together. We dated for sure. And he just said, no, you took advantage of a young girl. I'm like, oh, baby, what is happening right now, dude? So allegedly he was 30-something years old when he met her, and he said 20, she said 18. Regardless, whatever it is, she was an adult female. And
It's
now,
a lot of shady details. No one quite pinned that one
yeah,
down.
it is kind of weird that neither really know. But anyway, so I come to this. Okay, so he's saying he said, she said. And it's not like she's saying he raped her or anything like that. Basically saying we dated. She's saying, no, we didn't date. And I don't know how dating could mean a lot of things, right? So whatever. I'm more concerned about this thing about you approach me as a young girl and you were like kind of predatory in that manner. Am I missing something here? Like, is there, when you're a certain age, I know society frowns on it sometimes when men, this is weird, because if men date younger women, society's like, oh, that's wrong. But when a woman dates a younger man, like, get it, girl.
It's celebrated.
Get that young, But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in this scenario.
I don't know if that's 100% accurate. I feel like men tend to celebrate that sort of thing too among themselves in the same way.
Society. I said society as a whole, though.
I just don't think that's as accurate. It's not as cut and dry as you're making it out to be.
John.
I don't think anybody batted an eyelash when Ashton Kutcher married Demi Moore. But name any other reversal. Even Celine Dion, when she married her producer, they're like,
true.
what are you doing with this girl?
It's true.
There's like, and it's
Mariah Carey.
Just across the board. They get grief.
Even Mandy Moore, Ryan Adams, people talked about that because of their age difference. But
anyway,
do you see a problem with this Moby, who's 30 years old, who's a nerd? Okay, let's just call him what he is. Natalie Portman is a stunner. Let's just call her what she is. She's a great actress. She's smart. She graduated from Harvard or somewhere like that. She's very attractive. And so this nerdy 30-year-old walks up to her at 18 or 20. Is that wrong? Am I missing something here? I guess I'm confused.
It's weird because there's a lot of people who have done that in the celebrity world. Dave Grohl dated Christina Aguilera when the differences were about the same.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. Okay.
Taylor Swift and everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Who was that old guy she was dating?
She dated Tom Hiddleston.
Okay,
Loki.
Yeah. Yes, that's who I'm talking about. Yeah, that's weird.
John Mayer, who is
older than
our age or older.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, point is, But am I missing something in this story? Like
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay, so am I
you're
missing something? What am I missing?
Have you ever had a girl try to deny dating you? Don't lie.
I'm really thinking.
The answer is yes.
I don't
Probably.
know.
John,
I don't know.
I don't have enough under my belt for that many people to really deny it.
Katie Hammonds.
She never dated
Why
her,
you got to
so-
drop first last name? I don't understand.
No one knows who Katie Hammonds is.
Katie Hammond knows
They
who
don't
she
even
is.
Oh yeah, if Katie
I'm
Hammonds
sure
is listening to
she's
this
dropping into the podcast.
Yeah, that would be great. Anyways,
I never dated her, so she wouldn't be denying it.
but did you ask? Are you saying did you ask to go on a date with him or ask to go out with him? And they said no.
No, they just denied ever dating you after the
Oh,
fact.
denied. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
And that's what's happening here. They dated. No. Well, actually, according to the headline, Moby is apologizing. So maybe they didn't date.
He's saying he apologized for
taking advantage of a young
I guess
girl.
how he treated her at the time or something, and the weight, and he didn't check with her before he put it in the book. I think is the big thing.
I'm just saying, like there's situations where you want to deny dating someone, so you come up with anything you can, right?
But that's slander. If that was reversed, people would lose their minds.
You don't know that for sure.
Lee, come on, you got to wake up.
I'm sure it probably happens before where a man's like, "Nah, I didn't date that hoe or whatever."
Right.
And people are like, "Oh, snap, he called you a hoe or whatever," So
I don't know. I just feel in this something we're missing something.
What
here.
I think is the bigger tragedy is that this is news to people. This is actually what is on. This has got to be a smoke screen, right?
He just wrote a book. That's why they're talking about it.
Okay, who cares?
What do you want to talk about? Trump for another hour?
We're
done. No
I'm
one.
just saying, this is Moby and Natalie Portman.
I'm trying to tell you, people are done talking about the president. They're done with politics because it's become so toxic and so polarizing now. That's why people watch TMZ and they like entertainment because it's easy to follow.
Let's be honest. For the last almost 30 years, culture has become pop culture.
Yeah.
Culture has become pop.
Whatever. I mean, name any other
Sure I'm following you
country
on
in
that
the
one.
world, and you look in there, or you look in our history books, you're gonna read about popular people and
Look,
not what's really happening in the
Listen,
world.
my point isn't that we shouldn't be talking about pop culture. I'm talking about Moby and Natalie Portman is the best we can do over a 30-year-old spat. Come on.
It's entertaining. You can relate to it. I
Come
can't relate to a
on.
Mueller report or being testified before Congress.
Can we not get better celebrities then?
No.
That's my point.
Natalie
This
Portman's
is
great.
Moby.
I love
Moby?
Moby. I love Moby.
I love Moby too.
He said he used to play a game where...
Back in 1980.
So in the book, he says he played a game where when a guy was at the stall, you would take out your junk and you would try to touch the back of their pants.
No.
No, he did.
That is literally textbook definition of sexual assault.
And guess who he did it to that we were just talking about a few seconds ago, according to the book?
Ryan Adams.
No, just talking about.
Mueller.
Keep going up the chain. Who's higher than Mueller?
Queen.
No, who's higher?
He's trying to get you to say Trump.
Yeah,
Oh,
Donald.
I thought we didn't want to talk about Trump.
No, we can talk about Moby's claiming he did that to him in a bathroom. But anyway, that's
He
stuff
probably
in the book.
loved it. He probably thought it was funny.
He said he didn't notice.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I got no comment for that.
Anyways, the
But
Moby,
that's
Moby book, go get it.
It didn't happen in the locker room, so it
That
didn't
dude
happen.
literally wrote that in his book.
Yeah.
It shows you the guy's no sense.
Said he was on drugs at the time.
I guess. Tell all book.
So if you want to get the Moby book, go to blameyourbro.com, click on the Amazon link, buy the Moby book, and then tell us all about it. Send us a voicemail or something, let us know. Anyway. All right, well, I just thought that was kind of a weird story. So here's another scenario. So Facebook, who has we talked about a couple weeks ago, Facebook has this recent thing of banning people on the right. They banned Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, Louis Farrakhan. Well, now there's a doctored video out on the internet. It's Nancy Pelosi talking at some event, and somebody on the right wing slowed down the audio but kept the pitch on it to 75% slower. So it sounds like she's talking like she's drunk. And now this video has circulated all over Facebook, and a lot of people, as we know, are seeing it, and the caption's like, oh, Nancy Pelosi showed up drunk to this event, and all these conservative people are like, oh, we knew it, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So Nancy Pelosi has reached out to Facebook, and she's like, you need to take this down. This is literally fake news. Like, it's fake as they come. And Facebook just said today, nope, not going to do it, because we are not invested in telling the truth on our website. That's what they said.
That's their quote.
Go down. It's in the story. I'm telling you, it's in the story.
Yikes.
It may not be exactly that, but it is close to that. And I don't know. I used to think Zuckerberg was like a big time liberal. You know, I just figured he was, but this is odd. I mean, but then he did kick all the right wingers. I don't know what's going on.
You know,
Scroll down a little bit
this
more.
is just simply the start. What people don't realize is like soon there's going to be, they already have the technology for this, where they have the deep fake videos where they can make, I saw this the other day, they can take a single picture of you and animate it to make it say whatever they want. A single picture. If it's a good enough picture, they can take it and they can move your lips. They can
Okay, so
cue up audio to it, whatever they want.
here's the quote. Facebook spokesperson told several media outlets, we don't have a policy that stipulates that information you post on Facebook must be true. Okay, so I don't know what, Lee, give me some thoughts on this. Should they take this video down?
I think I think they should take Facebook away completely.
Okay.
Hey, first off, so
Right,
yes,
right.
they should take that video and then all the other videos. And if you're watching at home on Facebook right now, I'm sorry.
Hello, right?
We have a YouTube channel. You should check us out there. Not that that's any better, but that what I was saying before about the deep fakes. This is
Totally
just
separate story.
this is really just the first wave of it, and I think in a lot of ways it's good. And I think that it needs to accelerate to even a greater degree to the point where people are not able to tell fake from reality. And then at that point, I think there will be a break in our consciousness that makes us understand that just seeing a video, just seeing a headline, like most people who read the news don't even read the content of the article. They just look at a headline.
Yeah.
That means it's insanity, right? So I think once we reach that tipping point where people are no longer able to tell reality from derived
Yeah.
fake news,
Right.
and it's like understood, like you can't trust, like on both sides. It's like there's no point of trusting either. We'll be at a better place because people will actually have to put the burden on themselves to either trust out, worthy news sources or do the research themselves.
So Rusty in chat asks, my only problem with this is why did they take down Alex Jones and the others and not take this down?
I mean, because it's Facebook and they're horrible.
Okay, John.
I mean, isn't that it?
On a separate note, David, how much would you pay for someone to make a deep fake of Lee wearing a MAGA hat, a QAnon shirt, and singing a parody of the Humpty Dance to the Trumpty Dance?
How
much?
I mean,
How much?
Because
I can make that. I can literally make that deep fake happen.
Well, no, you would do it for real.
Well, I would say it was a deep fake. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it depends on what are they charging. I got to know like a ballpark. That'd probably be a better question. What is the ballpark?
What would you pay?
Just how much would you pay?
$100.
Not gonna.
More than that?
That's you. Okay, get on Fiverr.com.
500.
Get on Fiverr.
Is 500 reality or more?
If you
than
get 500, if you get 500 Fivers, or I guess only 100 Fivers.
Rusty says he can do all of that except the audio. Rusty, if you can do that, please send that into the show. I will put music under it. We will work that part out. If you can do that, Rusty Greer, who's in the chat right now, come hang out with us as we record live. Please do that. Please send me that. That would play before every live show. Just like going, it's the Trumpty Dance. I don't even know the song. I'm assuming it. I mean, that's the verse.
The
of course.
Trumpy Dance.
What is the Trump? Hold on. I want to know what is
don't
the
know.
Trumpty Dance?
I don't know.
Oh, you made
I was
it
trying
up?
to think
Oh,
of word like a.
Okay.
This is John's dream
You've heard
song.
of the Humpty Dance?
Yes. I didn't know if it was a real thing.
No.
It's a trance, baby.
Probably is. Okay. So, John, any thoughts on this?
I mean, I agree with Rusty. If you're gonna take down one side, then you should have a blanket approach to things like this.
Yeah, but they took the others down because they didn't agree with their message. On this one, they're not taking it down, but it hurts the person. So it's a little bit, it's different in that way. They removed Alex Jones' platform altogether, which hurt him, obviously. But then they're keeping this up, which hurts Nancy Pelosi for dummies on Facebook. They're, I don't know who to vote for. Nancy Pelosi's drunk, I'm out. Which, I mean, people aren't going to vote for her for many other reasons than that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, that's
but
ridiculous.
still, but you say they're pushing. I mean, they do have a lot of political power.
Facebook?
Yes.
They have all the political power.
Oh, that's scary.
It's literally like them and Google, as far as marketing goes, it's overtaken all of like TV and radio
Right.
for sure. Print media. Like, not only that, but what people don't understand is the level of demographics that they have on you. Like, they are able, we talked about this early on in the show, how they're able to tell you every little detail of your life, right? Just based upon the metrics of, and Facebook has come out and admitted that they've done stuff they shouldn't, like having cookie tracking when they shouldn't have cookie tracking.
Yeah, I know.
This is going to be, this privacy issue, which has already started in Europe, is going to be a major tackle for the future generations to overcome. And it's not an easy thing to solve. Well, I mean, I guess it is, but nobody wants to listen to me.
Not maintaining freedom, it's not. You want to take freedom away.
I mean, no, not necessarily.
How not?
Why would I want to take freedom away? You think you live in a free society? Do you think
Here
that
we
when
go.
you live in a world where
John
you're
rolled
marketed to?
John rolled his eyes, by the way.
Do you really think that you live in a free society when you want to go buy Geico insurance just because it has a Geico on it?
I can say just about anything I want on this podcast right now. No one's going to shut it down. We can call anyone anything we want within reason. We can't threaten anyone, but we can say whatever we want.
Except for Google, who did shut down our...
Because we used,
Because of Kanye.
Yeah, because
we talked about
used
Kanye.
trademarked content. You can't do that.
No, it's
but
Kanye.
I'm saying
Called in.
But our thoughts and opinions, people don't even know what you're talking about. So that bit died a long time ago.
Kanye got us banned from YouTube.
Yeah, no one remembers that. I guarantee it. I don't even remember it. I'm part of the show. But the point is, freedom of speech. Let's say that are you gonna remove what? So 100,000 people put this up on your social media platform. What do you do?
Well, that's it. You've already gone too far, right?
How? You take it down after the first one. You're monitoring.
I'd literally take them all down.
You monitor it that heavily where you can spot it from the first one.
I would take them all down, like everything.
So then no one would get on your platform.
No, they wouldn't.
anymore.
I would never
Okay.
run a social media platform.
Okay, so then it's not. You don't have a solution. solution
I
to
do.
remove it. That's
I
not
do have a
realistic.
solution.
Okay,
I
go
do
ahead.
have.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not going to tell you the solution.
Give us your 4-point
I'm
solution.
not going to
real
give you
quick.
the
Come on.
solution. You don't want to hear it. Nobody else wants
The
to
listeners,
hear it.
the
I've
award
given-
listeners, the listeners that love us want to hear it. Go ahead, do it.
I've given you the solution before. You didn't like it. You're not going to like this solution. Let's just move on.
Real quick,
Okay?
10-second
Everyone
blurb.
knows what the problem is. Nobody wants to do
What is
anything
the
about
problem?
it. Okay. What's funny to me is you actually think that you live in a completely free society.
No, freedom of speech society. All right,
What would they do if people started posting pornographic videos?
they take it down.
Okay, because it's illegal.
Yes.
So they would pass a law to make it illegal, and then Facebook would have to pull it.
So
right?
illegal to do what?
It's just like we were
No,
talking
no, no. Illegal to do what? What is the law you're passing?
to post a fake video.
Oh, okay.
Slander.
So now, are you verifying every video that hits the internet?
That's what some people want in Europe for sure.
So-
They've already passed that law.
So a grandmother in Idaho, someone sends her a video. She doesn't know if it's real or not. She posts it. You've made it illegal. She's going to jail for that.
What if she posted pornography?
She would not go to jail for it. No.
What if she posted child pornography?
Well, I don't know how you would accidentally do that.
Okay. Well,
In my story, she gets a video. It looks real to her. Okay. If you look
Right.
at child pornography, you know that's not right. You look at porn. No, I'm saying she believes the video is real. She posts it in your world. She's arrested, right?
I mean, if that's the law, right?
Holy crap, John! Come on, man. All right.
I think Nancy Pelosi went the wrong angle with this because Facebook does have an anti-bullying clause,
Yeah.
and she should have gone that route and say this is being a bully,
And they slow down. Yeah, boy.
and so that way that she could have bigger backlash against Facebook itself than the route she's going.
I don't think she's that smart. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get to Dear John this week.
Dear John.
All right. It's time. The last news note. Tom Brady is going to ask Lil Nas X to play something. So, Lil Nas X. Always with Lil Nas X podcast. Okay. It's time for the Dear John. All right. This is going to be one for the ages right here. Lee, go ahead. Read it.
Boy.
Dear John, I've been in a relationship with a very special man who is 5 years younger. We met on an online dating site and have been seeing each other for several years. We are well suited for each other and very much in love. We have now decided to live together with the possibility of marriage if it won't jeopardize our retirement incomes. My dilemma is I have breast implants. I had the surgery 20 years ago when I was newly widowed and about to start dating again. I never told any of the men I dated, and I don't believe anyone suspected. My breasts look and feel natural, and they have enhanced my love life tremendously. Now that this relationship is serious, I wonder if I need to tell my guy. If he leaves after I tell him, then I guess he wasn't the one. I'd prefer not to say anything. I've had the implants so long I feel they are part of me, not something foreign in my body. I'm afraid he may have an altered opinion of my body after I tell him. Please advise from old but not dead.
Oh, boy. There's so much in there, John.
I think you need to tell him, because I mean, if he were to find out, what if something happened? What if one of them burst, and you were put in a serious health issue, and he found out that way? No, you should just be honest. Most guys probably wouldn't. Just be honest. If he doesn't want to be with you over that, then you're probably dodging a bullet. So yeah, tell him.
I mean, I can't. There's a lot in this.
There's so much in it.
There's so much to go at. I mean,
Can I take a stab here? I would just first
Stab
off,
away, my friend.
the statement that
don't stab her though.
the statement is my breasts look and feel natural, and also I don't believe anyone suspected is a lie.
Yeah,
first
they
off,
all knew. They knew.
unless the dating involves like merely maybe like a Moby Natalie Portman type dating situation.
No, because
where they only go to picnics, church on Sunday mornings, maybe.
She says they have enhanced my love life tremendously. So she's getting down to Chinatown. Now,
What does that even
what
mean?
I would say, they're doing the nasty, son. Okay, so
So many.
these dudes all know, but if you're just hooking up with this older lady, I don't know how old she. I mean, she's talking about her husband dies.
Probably 50.
Her husband died. He kicks the bucket. And that's
20 years ago.
I'm assuming they had a good relationship. And the first thing, according to her statement, not mine. I didn't say this. The first thing you do is you go out and get breast implants. That's a bit odd.
I mean, you got to spend that insurance money somehow.
We can agree that's odd.
It is.
Okay,
I don't think it's that odd.
You think your partner dies, you go out and get whatever. I don't know
Okay,
what you
so
can't
her
do.
husband might have died at an early age, but after a serious commitment, so she's unfamiliar with the dating scene
She
again.
was broke up,
She maybe
apparently.
have a bad body image of herself,
Okay.
and she's looking to improve herself.
There
So
could've been something.
she's wants to look more marketable to men, so she can
Brother,
find someone.
I'm all about the breast implants. I support them 100%. I love them, okay? I'm all about it. Go do you, but you can't put in a letter you sent to us that you did this right after your husband died. It makes you look like a creep.
It does
I'm
seem
sorry,
like
it
you
does.
could word it
I mean, there
another
could
way.
be a backstory. I mean, what if she had like breast cancer? She used to have big.
Oh, my
and
God,
things-
John.
She
This
would've
woman
said
would have
that.
said it.
She
She would
should
have
have.
definitely
I'm
have
just
said
saying.
that.
She's nuts.
All right, we'll take that for future considerations
Well,
for breast implant suggestions. that
Her
come in.
sign off says old but not dead. So the husband wasn't that dead. I mean, imagine this woman is. I fear that she's like in her 50s or 60s.
50s or 60s is what I'm thinking.
Mid to late 50s to 60s.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, it is funny to think about that one day there's going to be a group of people in that age bracket that have breast implants, tattoos,
Butt implants.
all these things. It's going to be,
Pec implant.
Botox.
you know, how many old people really have you seen with a bunch of tattoos? I'm talking like people getting tattoos today, you know?
People getting
Like
tattoos.
older biker ladies. I
Right.
guess.
So it's not a lot. So it's going to be
Yeah.
more one day, and it's kind of weird. But this guy already knows, number one. So the better question would be, if we go from his perspective, is what does he say when she tells him this? That is going to be it. Does he act surprised, like, oh my God, I never knew? Or is it like, oh yeah, I knew the entire time? Like, what would your approach be, John, for that?
If like after I've been dating somebody for a
Yeah,
while,
sure,
then
yeah.
out of the gate she says, "Oh, by the way." I'm
By the way,
like,
these are fake boobs. What do you encourage or advise the guy to say?
I mean, my natural answer would have been like, "Yeah, okay."
So you would act like you didn't know, even if you knew.
No, I mean, that would be my yeah. Okay.
She goes, yeah, but did you know?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Lee.
Honey, I love you for what's inside.
yeah.
But
The
you
breast implants.
Oh,
Misogyny alert. Misogyny alert.
oh, okay.
That was a good one.
Misogyny alert.
All right, so John, wrap it up again.
Tell him.
All right, so that's it, dear John. If you want us to answer a question, hit us up on social media with your questions, or we'll tell you another way at the end of the program. So hang with us because we are wrapping things up. That is Blame Your Brother, episode 144. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, all the people in the chat, all the people listening right now, wherever you're at, your cubicle, on the drive to work, at home, running, whatever you're doing. Thanks so much for checking out the show. And go to our website, blameyourbro.com. That's where all the good stuff is. All the past episodes, we have articles by our writer, Adam Cox, who writes about pop culture, movies. Great. He's got a lot of great articles coming up. Can't wait to see those. And there's links for all of our social media, YouTube, ways to catch podcast. There's also an Amazon link, and we say this every week, just kind of important to remember that if you're going to buy anything through Amazon, we need you to first go to our website, blameyourbro.com, click on that Amazon link, shoots you back to Amazon, and then we get a small percentage of the sales. So it does help the show out if you buy things, so we appreciate the people that do. You can also get a Blame Your Brother t-shirt. We got those for sale through Amazon, and we are streamed every Thursday at Radio Vegas Rocks. That's radiovegas.rocks, best internet radio station out of Las Vegas, out of that entire part of the country. We love it. And we're also streamed on Friday nights at Coming Right Up, comingrightUp.org. They stream our new episodes Friday, so you can listen to it that way if you want to. Great. That's also got some great programs on it, great podcasts, so go check it out. Support both of those guys. They support us. And there is a link on there. Send us a message. Send us an email. If you want to hit John up with a Dear John, or if you want to tell Lee,
Tell me how wrong I am.
Or tell Lee how wrong he is about his 10-point plan of his Facebook, whatever. You can do that there. And you can also leave us a voicemail. There's a button on the right side. Click it. Talk away. And we'll play it on the show if you want us to. We would really like that. It'd be fun to get some people involved on the audio side of it. But send us an email as well. Let us know what we're doing, or just social media, whatever you want to do. And I guess with that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
I'm sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
You want me to play it again?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and talked to.